All right. Stream is on. We're getting ready for some news AF here with Danny Tuesday and Tyson. Tyson is in prone position.
That's right.
Yes. That. How's your back doing, Tyson?
Oh, dude, my back is killing me.
The perils of
again.
pickleball.
Was it pickleball?
Probably. Pickleball didn't help, but I ended up having to take a single opioid.
Oh no!
You're well on your way to becoming
on Halloween night.
Statistic.
Yeah,
well,
that
was
not
the best time
today.
to take it.
And I don't like the way they make
effects.
me feel. I get like irritated and anxious.
Yeah.
Well, here's a non-chemical way of getting the same effect. Crouch down with your knees drawn against your chest. And then breathe heavily for at least a minute, and then suddenly stand up and choke yourself.
And the pain will go away?
Yes, things will go away. I can promise you.
But will the pain go away?
For a moment. I mean, the pain you'll feel in your face when you come back to will be immense, and it will overshadow the pain in the back. So,
good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It works. Okay.
So, okay, I like it. And
yes.
Can I still take the drugs too?
Don't take them simultaneously.
Okay.
But you're going to want drugs after you come out of your unconscious state and your nose is bleeding.
Well, let me tell you what I've been doing. I've been slathering my entire body in icy hot, and that actually feels pretty good.
Oh, you put it everywhere?
Oh, no, not everywhere, but just like all the way down the back of my legs, all the way up my spine, all the way all over both of my buttocks.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, wow. I can only imagine how that would feel.
Yeah.
Good.
So, and this was a pickleball injury, or this was the same thing that was
it's just the same thing that's always aggravated me for a year. Like I've always felt it since I heard it the first time, but it's kind of been like in the background, like not a big deal. And then it just flared up again recently.
You heard it the first time, like what, giving high five?
Playing pickleball, I think.
Oh, it was a pickleball related injury.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you're going to be the Tiger Woods of pickleball.
I guess come back after a huge major back surgery and then do a bunch of steroids to get super muscly and then use my muscliness to win in spite of the fact that before I wasn't using my muscliness.
You know, like those sci-fi videos where the guy is missing a hand or he's got something seriously wrong, and then it shows him in like a water-filled tank with robots sticking in with needles and stuff. I always picture that's what happens to Tiger Woods in between rounds. He goes like this vat of yellow water, and like there's all these robots like probing his back and sticking shit in there, and
I love it.
Just because it seems like it'd be hard to come back from a back injury when golf is so back intensive.
Yeah, that is true.
Without scientific robot or sci-fi robot help.
I think Tiger Woods did invest heavily in robots some time ago.
For sure,
I bet he did.
Dude. For sure he did.
We sure he's even human?
That's one of the ways he's been able to keep his name out of the papers.
Yeah. Get it yet, Danny?
Oh, that took a while.
It's got a whole robot army.
The podcast the podcast hasn't started, so my mind wasn't quite in the gutter yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it is. Thank you.
All right. Let's give that's the bonus show. That was the warm up. Okay. You guys ready for real news AF?
Ready.
Guide my sword.
All right. Hey, everybody, what's going on? I'm Rob Cesternino, back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories here on the first week of November 2019 here on News AF.
If a story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yeah, that's right. Here we are back on a Tuesday with some News AF with Danny and Tyson. Tyson is with us, and that he is lying flat on his back. Tyson, how are you?
Current update, thumbs up. I took a leave today, this morning, and slathered up in icy hot, and now I'm just chilling.
Are you more icy or hot right now?
It always feels more icy to me unless I apply a lot of pressure to it, and then it feels hot.
Okay. All right. And a man who is always hot, just like how he likes his soup, Mr. Danny Bryson. Danny, how are you?
I'm recovering.
From what?
Yes.
Recovering from Halloween. We discussed this pre-show.
Oh, you hurt yourself too?
Emotionally, I was damaged.
What happened on Halloween?
What happened?
Too many sexy costumes. And
normally I don't go out with my kids on Halloween. I stay behind with the youngest kid who can't go out.
But now she can.
Now she can. So I went out, and my anxiety level was through the roof. First of all, kids who are trick-or-treating, and I didn't just go with my kids, I went with my nieces and nephews, probably a group of like 15, all under the age of 10. Just total disregard for the road, by the way. And it was terrifying the way they would sprint out from behind cars, right? It didn't matter how much you yelled because the thought of candy was so enticing that it blocked out everything else.
They say candy is more addictive than heroin.
Yeah, from what I saw on Halloween night with all my nieces and nephews, that totally. And so it was a night filled with mostly me yelling at kids. I'm a total killjoy. You know, like yelling at kids,
but not just during Halloween.
That's mostly.
Yeah, I normally yell at kids, but just to see the complete disregard of like traffic. I mean, really until a kid,
I felt like jaywalking is what got you.
This is what I thought. But for next Halloween, I'm going to line up all the kids. I'm just going to hit them softly with the car, just to give them the sense of the force involved with a vehicle. You know, just like a tap, like knock them down. Just so that they have some respect.
Yeah, Danny, this is incriminating.
I think this is what you need to do, Danny. You take them around on a tour of roadkill and just be like, look at this deer.
Yeah, or just fill up my truck with roadkill and bring it and like, see this could be you. And they'd think it was all part of the Halloween act. They'd be like, oh, Uncle Danny's such a goofy guy.
That's
and he's
why you don't do it on Halloween. Yeah. Danny's turning a new leaf. He's finally embracing the Halloween spirit.
Well, I went home early because I couldn't take it. I'm like, dude, I can't take this. There's just like someone's going to die. I don't want to have to fill out paperwork and be a witness to the gruesome scene. So I'm just going to go home. Call me.
How many kids died?
0, which it might be proof. Like if you're looking for evidence of a god, the fact that more children aren't hit on Halloween night is evidence. I mean, total. They just run full speed. One of my nephews in a Power Ranger costume, he was screaming for the hour I was with him at top volume and just running house to house. It was amazing. It was a thing to witness. And when I got home, I was very relieved.
Okay. Yeah, Danny, I have to say that Halloween was not a thrill for me this year. Because,
what happened to you, Rob?
Well, I look forward to taking my kids out on Halloween. That I feel like it's going to be fun, but my wife has over-celebrated Halloween with my kids to the point that, all right, guys, it's Halloween. Put on your costume. Oh, we don't want to. We don't want to go. Like, yeah, it's Halloween. It's time to go. And then, oh, I don't want to walk. Can we go home now? They've done it. They've gotten candy all month and they didn't have to walk around to get it. They just went to like a parking lot and people gave them candy. Now it's like, all right, it's go time. And
it's a week long.
Yeah, a week long, a month long, Danny. And that they weren't into it. They weren't into it. They're cold. I'm cold. Do we have water? They wanted. We didn't have drinks for them. And then my younger son, who's gonna be 4, he wouldn't walk. He said I had to push him in the stroller. So now I'm like Danny with the car, but I'm with a stroller. It's dark. I'm like running kids over. I'm like like going flying when I hit cracks in the sidewalk. And this guy won't walk. He wants to be, carted from house to house.
Yes.
Well, if you picked him up everywhere, then you could have a sore back like me.
My 4-year-old sat in a wagon and demanded that my wife go to the door with her trick-or-treat pumpkin and fill it up with candy. It was like they became tyrants. Sounds like that's what you had happen.
We went to an HOA thing that they just set up little booths and you just went booth to booth.
Oh, we already went to one of those. And sounds like Rob did too. We went to those. That was a pre-Halloween thing we went to. Was a indoors booth to booth. Yeah. Tons of candy. It's gotten out of control. All these holidays are getting out of control. They're all turning into New Year's Day, where the expectations are so high they can never be met.
New Year's Day or New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve. It's the New Year's
Eve.
Guys,
with your piss poor attitudes, I'm going to have to take the positive on Halloween and just say I I love the holiday. I think it should be longer.
Yeah.
I think there should be more candy.
Oh, Tyson,
and
it
more
will
kids.
get longer. It will get longer as your child gets older and more functions are go to more stuff. It's gotten to the point now where like Rob,
for the record, I'm pro Halloween.
Well, you are now. You are now. Things can change.
Tyson does love candy.
Yeah, he does. I love candy too. But 3 weeks of Halloween, 2 weeks of Halloween. It's by the time Halloween gets here, I'm like, I don't even know. Do we worship Satan? I mean, what's going on?
Well, for the record, I am pro Halloween, and that's the ticket I'm running on, and that's. I just want everyone to know.
I've written it down in my journal.
All right,
good.
All right, don't worry, Tyson. And you could start celebrating Christmas very
right
soon.
Now,
also.
I start celebrating the next Halloween after Halloween. November 1st is when I start celebrating the future Halloween.
Yeah, my kids have been discussing what they're going to wear next year, and I'm like, no, please.
Yeah,
Brigid has too.
Yeah, we've already been talking about what costume we're going to do next year.
Yeah.
All right, so Danny. You talked about how you almost ran into some people with your car. That was the situation that unfolded with a viral video that's going around where there was an altercation between an Uber driver with the passenger in the back and a mom who was driving her kids around, who is now being dubbed Kids Bop Mom.
Not a great nickname. Doesn't really flow off the tongue. I think they could have done better.
Flow.
But what's her real name?
I think her real name is Karen.
Oh, okay.
Kid Bop Karen is also her name.
That one's
Karen,
better.
that
one's
better. Cool.
Yes. Okay. All right. So Kids Bop Karen was captured in a video that basically I think she was cut off, and she's gonna come for the Uber driver. And so here she is in this viral video. And I have to warn you, if you are driving around with in the car with your kids, you want to turn up the Kids Bop now before Kids Bop Karen is going to go off on
she's going to unleash.
Driver. Yeah, she's going for it. She's not happy.
Everybody prepped. Okay,
she's
here we go.
Happy. Okay, here's Kids Bop Karen.
No, it's my fault.
It is your fault.
Yeah, I know it's my fault. That's why I'm saying sorry.
She thinks it's cute that her driver almost hit my kids, and she thinks she needs to take a video of it instead of apologizing like a saint.
So stopping in the middle of the road is gonna help?
You being a bitch is gonna help?
I didn't say anything.
I don't know. Calm down. Calm down.
It's okay. I'm sorry.
He apologized.
It's my fault.
He apologized.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what? That didn't upset me. But the bitch ass hoe
Sorry.
that told me to calm down. What I'd like you to do is apologize instead of being a bitch.
You're calling me sorry, but you're calling me a bitch. So set an example.
I'm sorry. My kids can't hear me calling you a bitch.
Your window's open.
They can't hear me because they're listening to Kids Bop. Attitude?
It's okay.
Okay, Rob, I need some background. Was the woman talking through the window? Was she the one dancing in the street? Was she doing what was she doing?
Dancing in the street? No.
What was going on? I don't understand.
So that the mom claims that you almost hit my kids. I'm not sure if her kids were it sounds like her kids are in the car, so I'm not sure exactly how.
It's confusing.
The Uber driver cut off the car, and then she I don't know if she basically did the police move where she got the other car to pull over so that she could go off on the Uber driver and the woman in the back seat. But Tyson, you are a big proponent always of public shaming. It seems like the act of the woman in the back seat filming the lady who was yelling seems to have driven her insane.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. Like anytime somebody starts to lose their shit,
take out your phone.
You take out your phone.
Where does Kids Bop come into this? I'm still confused about the details.
She said that she was calling the woman in the back seat who was filming, who did not seem to be saying anything angry. No. She was filming in the back seat, and then she was going off and calling her the B word. And then she said, well, your kids aren't going to hear you calling me that name. And she's like, my kids are in the back seat listening to Kids Bop right now. They can't hear anything. They're in a soundproof booth.
All right. So now it all makes sense. I see what's going on here.
Yeah. So Kids Bop Karen is sweeping the nation. Tyson, the next time my wife is really going off, I'm just gonna get my phone out and do this to her. Your phone is like I don't know, is it a shield?
It's a shield.
Or is it?
It is kind of a shield.
It will aggravate them, but it will keep them from doing anything violent towards you. Yeah,
you would think that, Tyson, but we have lots of evidence of people behaving poorly while being recorded.
Yeah. No, I think
but not towards the person being recorded. It's never towards the phone holder.
Yeah.
I bet a quick search could find people being assaulted while recording.
Almost never during the phone holder.
There you go. I'll accept that. It takes guts though to take out a phone when something like this is happening, because it's gonna amp things up.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna ramp things up.
It does
for sure. But
and you can't do a secret like this, Because as much as you'd like to think you can point a phone at someone and record, we all by this point in our lives know when we're being recorded.
Yeah, you cannot. It's impossible to do a tricky one.
So I think the phone almost is like, okay, now I'm angry, but the phone is almost like it's like I'm rubber and you're glue. It's like the phone just like sends like the anger back to them. It's like, okay, I'm being sane. I'm holding the phone. I'm not doing anything.
I'm just recording.
Put that phone down. I'm getting so angry.
I use it to record or pretend to record if Bergen's having a fit or something. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just record this. We can watch it later. And then she's like immediately is like, doop, I'm okay. And I mean, I think you can do a lot with recording people.
You definitely want the evidence just in case you wind up in court.
Yeah.
So it almost always makes sense to start recording. What we really need is Google Glass to make it a little bit more discreet.
And then what do? You sort of like
you blink.
Stop filming me with the glasses.
You swipe, you just have to swipe the arm once.
Is that what it is? Well, whatever it is, I do believe that the phone does act as a kind of shield to most people, but it also acts as a catalyst to rage. It's like Rob's great, excellent voice that he keeps doing when the phone comes out. I think that's true. It's like, hey, what are you gonna stop it. And then the phone. And I also feel like, and we've talked about this, when a phone comes out, sometimes people feel like they have to perform. Like, oh, now I'm being recorded. I'm going to make a real show.
Well, we see this a lot with the bad airline passenger.
Yeah.
When the bad airline passenger of the week realizes that they're being we've talked about this, that women start twerking. They're like, oh,
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you filming me now? Oh, okay. Like people don't know what to do.
Here we go.
Yeah. Tyson, do you feel like that reality TV people are uniquely prepared for than when they're filmed in the big moment of like
shit in public?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably in that I know that if I lost my shit in public, which I don't think I would ever do because some people already know me. So to have that go around would be horrific. And I mean, as much as I want to lose my shit all the time. And I
think we're prepared for it. I think
we are. Like if somebody pulled out their phone and I was like losing it, I'd just turn it off immediately and just be like, oh, what are you filming now? What's going on?
You would turn it off, that your anger as opposed to
my anger would be shut off immediately.
Right. Yeah, I think these novices, like Kids Bop Karen, they get a camera. They don't know what to do.
They amp it up.
Yeah,
they don't also understand the power of the internet, probably.
Yeah.
I think once you understand and respect and worship the power of the internet,
you mean the power of the mob?
Yeah.
The mob using the internet.
Yeah.
Without the internet, the mob would be useless, and without the mob, the internet would be used for good.
Used for good. We'd be curing cancer.
Yeah. Also, that's interesting, Tyson. That you feel like that back in the day, the angry mob used to just carry around pitchforks, but now it's smartphones.
Yeah, for sure. No, the angry mob. Yeah. The angry mob in the moment
It's even worse than that, Rob, because
so it's like a same person filming, and then they put it online, and then the mob swarms after that. But then it's everybody, because we can all agree in that moment that lady overreacted, and so everybody's upset. But you can also probably remember a time when you've overreacted, and thank goodness that's not on camera somewhere on Reddit.
I hope not. Yeah.
And, the good thing about the mob in the olden days is that you got a good look at everyone carrying torches and pitchforks. Like, oh, Bob, my neighbor. Now you can do it anonymous, right? For the most part, these are complete strangers from hundreds of miles, if not thousands of miles away. So it's still the mob is no longer a personal experience. It used to be friends and family gathered together to carry you on their shoulders to the stake. And you knew those people.
The village people. Yeah,
the village people. You knew the neighbors, the blacksmith. And now it's just not, you don't even have that personal touch. It's just anonymous eggheads shouting at you and destroying your business and livelihood because, like Tyson said, you overreacted once, or twice, or whatever amount. We all do it, right?
Yeah.
This lady, but shame, maybe next time this will have a positive effect in that she won't come after the person and yell at them through the window.
Yeah.
So,
and then
I don't even mind yelling them at him through the window, like roll down and be like, yo, what was that? And then him saying, I'm sorry, and be like, no sweat, just don't text and drive next time.
Yeah, I felt bad. I was like, the minute that started and I heard the Uber driver apologize, I was embarrassed. Like, I can't, this feeling came over me. Like, I was embarrassed for the lady yelling.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it was my fault. There's nothing more. That's the most you can do.
And he was totally contrite. Moment.
Yeah.
He was really sorry. You could tell. And
Kids Bop Karen, she has also apologized for her behavior in the video. So
did she do it in a song?
She did not. But she did answer what song were the kids listening to? And it was Kids Bop Old Town Road, Tyson.
Never heard of it.
Here's the question. Would she have apologized if there had been no video?
How would she? Yeah, how would she?
Well, let's say she could somehow contact the Uber driver. Let's say she had the ability, but there was no video. My guess is that she would never apologize.
Maybe, though. Maybe she would have. I can remember moments where I've overreacted and gone back and apologized.
Okay.
Even though I was initially in the right, I made it the wrong.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a sincere apology. Are you still think you're in the right?
No. I said, even though I was in the right initially, my overreaction caused me then to be in the wrong after. Kind of similar to what
the overreaction, even though you were
I apologize for
right.
the overreaction, even though I was right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have acted that way. That was crazy.
So, Danny, do you think
wasn't me? It was Danny. I blamed it on Danny. It's from hanging out with Danny, Mom.
Danny, do you think that there's a future for Kids Bop Mom on Cameo.com?
Oh, she's gonna try,
dude, for sure.
Yeah.
I think so for sure, but not if she keeps apologizing. Or maybe you get an angry one from her, and then you get an apology video from her after that.
Or she becomes a rapper.
You little B, you C word, get out of here. And then like 10 minutes later, it's like, I'm so sorry. I overreacted.
So if you're only listening to the audio, the best part of the video is when she's talking to the woman who's the woman's just like filming her, and she's just like, okay, calm down. And she does like a hand motion for calm. Like she talks to the woman in the back seat like she's 3 years old, also like she's not calm. But she just does the calm down. Okay, but she's the one who's really crazy, telling the person.
That's how you know someone's out of their head, when their words don't at all. It's a completely contradicts their actions and makes zero sense.
Yeah. I wonder, Tyson, is the person who says calm down in the argument typically the person that might need to calm down themselves?
Yes. Like 99.9% of the time. Although telling an angry person to calm down is one of the most infuriating things you can say to someone.
Yeah, that's fuel on the fire.
Like if you have somebody wig it out and you're just like, excuse me, sir, could you calm down? They're going ape shit. That's like game over for them.
Trying to think back to some of my own conversations with my wife, and I do often feel like that when she's telling me to calm down when she is really set off.
And then have you ever tried to tell her to calm down when she's set off?
I've tried.
explosions. Yeah,
it's a mistake. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, dude. Oh
just go
man,
hide in my office.
if somebody could pay me to just walk around and
What
tell
if you
like
started
unhinged
saying-
people to calm down everywhere I go,
What if
while
you start
filming
saying, "Get more angry"? Come on, get
No,
more
no, you
angry.
can't, no, you
Would that
can
have
work.
a? Would you be able to do some kind of reverse
No,
psychology?
you can do that with kids though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do that, Bergen. Try and scream louder, cry harder,
Cry harder, scream louder, swear at me more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yell at me. Oh yeah. that might shut him up.
That's
All
what
right.
Rob's game plan is next time.
I would love to see that on video.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's segue into this. We're getting into some adult talk.
Sexy
But now,
stuff.
hey, be careful with the adult talk online because you are no longer allowed to be using the some of our favorite emoji, the eggplant and the peach. Facebook and Instagram are saying they are no longer allowing sexual use of the eggplant and peach emoji, Danny.
Well, they were invented in the first place.
Yeah, and what does that mean? They're no allowing the sexualization of these things, or I mean, they're gonna have to analyze context when using it. How are they going to discriminate?
Okay, analyze context, bro.
So, in Facebook's updated community standards, suggestive elements could get you banned when paired with nude imagery, sex or sexual partners, sex chat conversations, including contextually specific and commonly used sexual emojis. You could be the content could be removed from Instagram and Facebook.
So we can finally get banned from Facebook.
Finally, yes. If it contains a sexual emoji alongside an implicit or indirect ask for nude imagery, sex, or sexual partner. So if you say to Danny, if you send him a text, hey, send me nude pics, eggplant emoji. Sorry.
Let me know you got home safely. Send me a nude.
But I think you're allowed to say, hey, send me nude pics. I think that's still okay.
But you just can't have an emoji.
Once you add the eggplant emoji, now you've crossed the line.
They're controlling our content that we're creating on their platform.
Yes. Or that you can send Danny 19 eggplant emoji and not ask for nude pics.
The combination of the two.
Having a dinner party, 19 eggplant emojis.
Now, could you send Dan? What's unclear to me, and I guess this is where we're in sort of like the gray area.
Let's try. Maybe I'll try and send something right now to Tyson.
Okay.
Could you send Danny a request? Send me nude pics, new text message, 19 eggplant emojis.
19? I'm too old for 19 eggplant.
I don't even know how to do it.
That's not possible. I would instantly be.
You don't know how to do the eggplant emoji.
I mean, I can probably find it, but it's not on my top.
You mean it's not on your favorites?
Let's see
where mine is probably top.
Yours is probably.
Yeah, it's probably like the number one. All I do is send eggplants to people for work, whatever. Communicate so much.
Some pornographic actors are feeling especially targeted by these new rules.
Sure.
Yes. The adult actress Kendra James said that she was banned on Instagram on the grounds of solicitation. And then she had, when she had told a man who DM'd demanding free nude pics, that was her job.
I feel like there's lots of platforms where we can have these types of discussions. They don't necessarily need to take place on Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
You know? Lots of places use eggplant.
Okay. So yeah, it's I guess that we've over sexualized the emoji, but Danny, has anybody ever used the eggplant or the peach emoji for anything that wasn't sexually charged language?
Yeah, I could see that. Peaches are delicious. Creating a shopping list with emojis only. I could see that happening.
Yes. So people text the shopping list.
Yeah, like peaches, and then you get the little emoji, and it's so cute. You're like, oh, that's way better than the word. Boom, buy some peaches.
Yeah,
I can see that peaches. 19 peaches, according to Rob.
That's good. Yeah, get 19 eggplants. P.S.
Yeah, so be careful out there. You don't want to get banned from.
Just change your wording. I think.
Change your wording.
My hands look.
Whoa, 19 eggplant emoji.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. All right. while we're talking about this and people sending sexy messages with emoji, be careful out there, because the new study reveals that people who are trying to get to adult acts are often likely to lie about anything, Tyson.
Yeah. So in layman's terms,
yeah,
go on.
People who are in the mood for sexual activity are more willing to lie.
Yes, according to scientists from the University of Rochester and the Interdisciplinary Center Herzliya in Israel, once sexual systems are activated in the presence of an attractive stranger, it's common for people to embellish, conform, change their attitudes regarding certain topics, and outright lie to make a good first impression.
I like how it says activated, like you're activating the Death Star. And also, this is one of those research or studies. We didn't need money to go to this study. I think that there's enough movies and TV shows based on this concept that this was not completely unnecessary.
No, this is like some professor who got caught lying to someone he was wanting to have sexual relations with. Was like, look this is why.
Tyson, this is a guy who got not caught. He's the honest guy who never gets laid and is sick and tired of all these liars getting all laid. Of the
That's true.
sweet love making. So he's like, dude, I'm going to prove that.
You think Danny's going to do dishes at your in-laws' house for the rest of your life? He will not do that.
Yeah. I mean, my wife always talks about how much I lied to get her to marry me. She's like, you were a completely different person once we got married. I'm like, it worked.
Yeah.
Like,
does she
tricked you.
Does she like that, or is she now displeased with her entire situation?
She's displeased. She claims that I misrepresented how my
Danny
PDA, which I don't do PDA. Tyson knows that. I don't hug people or do any of that, but I would do it to get my wife to marry me. I didn't need to study or research to show that this would.
Your systems were activated.
Yeah. They were totally activated.
Yes.
Cool.
I love PDA.
Like, other stuff you would do.
Be nice.
Okay, that's
not
one.
Criticize.
That's a lie. Yeah. Embellishment.
And there, guys, the list is pretty long.
Yeah.
If you want the complete list, though, you need to ask Liz, because she'll probably give you a very detailed list about all the crap I was.
So next week we got Liz on the podcast.
Danny, were there things that she lied about or embellished?
No, actually.
She was the same.
She was the same. There were things that I wish that she would have changed the minute we got married.
Maybe her systems weren't activated.
Yeah, that's a good point, dude.
Her drive wasn't activated.
I would like to see, like, are men more prone to lying than the women? That's an interesting part of the study.
I think they said both men and women that were studied here were.
I think they probably both lie, but they lie about different things.
Yeah. Yeah, like I love football, and then later it's like,
I love football and I never fart. And then men are like, well, I actually love to do dishes. That's like one of my hobbies. And then the other thing I like to do is just like basic hygiene on myself all the time.
Basic hygiene. Yeah, so people were very flexible about their stances when they were their sexual systems were activated. Is this possible?
Their political stances?
Well, I think all of their stances were very activated. So is it possible? Is this how we can get some stuff done in Congress, Danny? Do we need to get both parties' systems activated?
All horned up? Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure,
what you guys are saying sounds good to us. Yeah.
It just sounds like it would be a terrible mix. Just a bunch of old,
like, what are we voting
all
on?
lathered up,
ready to
say what they already say whatever they want. So they're already lying as much as they can. I think
we can get people maybe agreeing with one another a little bit more
temporarily.
Yeah, but that's all you need, just a signature.
What a mess. I mean, the Congress is just a giant orgy, and then afterwards,
I imagine that's kind of what they did anyways.
The good news is that we could get them to agree on stuff, but I think that they would just be like, just sign whatever's in front of them, just get it over
back
with.
to the orgy.
Yeah.
First of all, I feel like you'd have to stack Congress with tons of younger, more attractive people.
Yeah.
I mean, power is supposedly an aphrodisiac, but I don't think it's enough in some of these cases.
Tyson, is that an issue where we just have too many people that are past their
they're not wrong.
Dating age? Is that what's going on?
That must be it. I don't know what it is. You think these people are immune?
Yeah, you need 19 eggplant emoji people in Congress to use this method of getting bills through. These guys are like maybe half an eggplant with a pill assist.
All right. So we have a couple of stories continuing with this theme. A middle school had a big problem where they printed out ID cards for their students, but accidentally put the phone number not of the school, but of a sex phone hotline, Tyson.
This is an accident to all except for one hilarious person.
This is a great prank.
Who replaced the number with the sex hotline. Is it a great prank? I'm not going to really fully back the prank at this
mean, it's not a great prank
juncture.
to the parents who have to explain what their kids just heard.
Well, yeah, actually, so that the number on the card was not of the school, that it was a number for a suicide prevention line. Instead, it turned out to be a phone sex line. But
to be fair, those things go in and out of business all the time. Maybe it was one.
The suicide prevention line go out of business?
Probably. I don't even know how any of that stuff's funded.
I think it's probably some sort of a nonprofit.
It probably is. Yeah. So, anyways, it's definitely a joke. Somebody screwed with the numbers.
Well,
right?
the two numbers ended up getting reversed. First of all, I didn't even know that there were sex phone lines still happening.
In existence.
I didn't know that was still going on. I think anybody
probably.
I've got a couple on my phone.
You could guess one right now. I bet if you just typed in 1-900 and then just like 8 digits, it probably would be a sex hotline.
I guess so.
Right?
Yeah. So
sounds like there's a lot more options. Like it's old school. It's so old school. You know, the whole phone thing. You got all sorts of options better than a phone.
Yeah.
Should I just?
No, you shouldn't. No, it's not worth the risk. It's not. It's not worth.
What do you think will happen? They'll call me back.
Yeah, they'll call you back. I mean, it's gonna end up on your phone bill.
Yeah, Tyson, you don't want that.
Well, you could dial the 1-900. You still have to give them the okay, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
If none of us know, then how are we ever going to get this going?
Do we want to get this going?
Well, I think if it's still a viable business, then we got to eggplant our way to the top.
Yeah, I don't know if it's much of a business. Could we improve it? Could we sloth terrarium the phone
for sure. You
line?
do video instead.
Do you think
they already have that?
Yeah, they already have that.
I mean, we're not charting new territory.
Sexy robots is the next level.
Hello, I am Alexa.
Which reminds me, remember the robot that would teach you how to sex?
Yeah, have dirty talk.
That's basically what the next level is.
21st
century.
Oh, you know I'm in.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Danny, what about that? So it's a phone line, it's a sex phone line, but you call in, and then it's also a lie detector. So they activate your systems, but then they like, what's your name? What's your address? Where do you live?
Well, the lie detector can tell if you're lying just to know if you're really horned up or just messing.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying, Rob. It's like, what are you wearing? You're like, I'm nothing. It's a burp, burp, burp. Like lying.
Yep. He's lying. His systems are not activated.
Yeah,
his systems are activated. He is prone to lying.
I could see this service being used with teledildonics, which is those two things. Those two things go hand in hand.
Still, industry.
And are you still fighting for to get that as a major offered at all accredited universities across the country?
A teledildonics degree.
It's such a weird word. Oh, but I love it as a word.
I'm a mechanical engineer with a focus in teledildonics.
So yeah, MIT's got its own teledildonics department.
Probably its own building donated by
DARPA has its own teledildonics department.
Building donated by Marriott, the Marriott building of teledildonics.
Yeah, probably all of them have like Black Ops projects, like Boston Mechanics or whatever it is, Boston Dynamics. They're inventing next level teledildonics. I can't even say it anymore. I've been saying it so much. Teledildonics.
Were you just saying this before we started recording the podcast? Is this like
actually it's my warm up? You know how they had the I do teledildonics.
Just to warm up before you sing.
Yeah, always.
Cool.
Always.
Okay.
Man. How did we get here?
Yeah, well, okay. And then we have one other story in this run of a Danny, you've talked about how you really love the fall foliage.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It was short-lived here.
Love foliage.
Yeah, it's so immersive and overwhelming, and I feel like it's nature just doing its best, work.
And would you say it looks like all foily or what?
Oh, so foily. I would give this year's colors 19 eggplants and 5 peaches.
Out of how many?
Out of 19 eggplants. That's maximum.
Wow. That could be a whole new section of our Tyson reading the iTunes reviews.
Ooh.
Like how many eggplants he gives each review.
Yeah, head on over to iTunes, leave us 19 eggplants. All right, we know Danny loves the fall foliage, but maybe not as much as a man, Michael Gulsorky, who lives in the UK, where he was at a place called the Premier Inn when the workers there noticed the 26-year-old acting suspiciously in the hotel lot and began having sex with a pile of leaves.
I don't know how you come back from this. Yeah, like the woman screaming through the window at the Uber driver, like she can apologize. This man, what is his way back to normal society? I don't think there is one.
Yeah. No, and there's photos of him, in the act with the leaves, not with his systems activated. But there's a lot of photos of him that are in these news stories of just like casual photos.
Mike, tell me more about these photos.
Here's a photo of him on the couch. There's a photo of him in a polo shirt.
But in none of those situations he's activated. It's really nothing gets him more activated than a pile of leaves.
Yeah. So he found the leaves and he loved them.
So what do you do if you're this guy? What country can you move to? You have to move to a country that doesn't have the internet, right? Yeah. I mean, you just can't recover socially from something like this. What's his path back to redemption?
According to the news report, workers at the Stockport Hotel soon discovered that he was thrusting into a mound of autumn leaves with his pants around his ankle.
Or
was he doing it in a frat boy joking kind of a way?
It didn't seem like he was performing for anyone in view.
Okay.
Was he laughing? Out to your home. Yeah.
So,
well, it's not like
say that again, Tyson?
Like we're out of his hometown are going to remember his face.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. That one person passed by and said, "What are you doing, you dirty bastard?"
Okay, so the moral of the story is I should not leave any of my leaf piles up. I currently have one in the backyard. I need to go check, see what's going on back there.
Yeah. He gave no explanation for what he was doing when the authorities arrived.
What would you say? I'm in love with this pile of leaves.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, that this is relating to some information that he took drugs ranging from cocaine to cannabis and alcohol. He cannot explain his behavior, police reported.
Oh,
he is
dude,
entirely
you remember
embarrassed
right
about
now?
that.
In my backyard? Well, if this was Florida, I'd be concerned. A little bit less so now.
Right. Yeah, Danny, as much as you love the fall foliage, I feel like that does not seem like a soft landing spot for anybody.
Oh, a pile of leaves?
Yeah, I mean, I've never have heard anybody refer to the fall foliage as being erotic.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, but it can be inspiring, I guess. You know, it's all those colors.
That is enough.
Yeah, all those colors can be very stimulating. Plus, remember,
you're the artist here. You would know.
Plus, remember, he's on drugs that are only going to increase his experience with all those stimulants. So, I mean, he's just getting too much.
How many ticks do you think he has on his eggplant right now?
Well, right now he's in jail, so he's probably not doing much in the way of tweeting or Instagramming or Facebooking.
Yeah. Tyson, they say love it or leave it, but he was able to do both.
Yeah, he was able to love the leaves.
Yeah, love it or leave it.
Yeah. A person who is not having any love in the traditional sense. Tyson, are you familiar with the actress Emma Watson?
Yeah, I have heard of her. She's in such hits as Harry Potter and Harry Potter 2.
Yes. She is does not want to be referred to as single, even though she's not dating anyone at the moment.
Okay, go on. Tell me more.
She would like to refer to it as being self-partnered. Danny.
There it is. Next, she's the next Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Next up, jade eggs, healing crystals, $1,200 health and feel good seminars. She's positioning herself because the uncoupling thing was setting up Gwyneth as being like a new age guru.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Emma's doing here. She's creating her own language, her own world, and then sucking people into it.
Self-partnered.
Yeah.
Tyson, are you currently self-partnered?
I mean, currently, yeah, Rachel's in the living room.
Yeah. I think the leaves guy was also technically self-partnered. Yeah.
And by the way, is myself, I don't know if I can be a partner with myself unless I'm, having a mental issue where I see myself as two people. No, I'm just by myself. I don't have anyone partnered with me. So it doesn't really make that much sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm partnered by myself.
Alexander Terrell in the comments looks like he's actually the pioneer of the movement. He said he's been self-partnered his whole life.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
self-partnered. I tell you what, there's fewer complications with being self-partnered.
Yeah. You're more likely to be telling the truth most of the time and not embellishing.
Yeah. If my wife dies and she always says, will you remarry? That's a question she asked me. I'm like, no, I'm going to be self-partnered.
But what about just for sex?
Self-partnered.
Okay. Well, what about who's going to do like all the stuff?
Why do you think Danny's done so much research into teledildonics, Tyson?
So the self-partnered are fueling that technology.
Right.
Cool.
And you never know. Hey, by the way, don't be so critical of that technology. What if that technology is what
ends up saving our lives?
Ends up saving like the environment or getting us to Mars. It's like, dude, how did we make this technological leap to colonize Mars? It was a breakthrough in teledildonics and self-partnering.
We use the technology we'd learned from teledildonics to cure a bunch of diseases and then get us telewarped to any planet we wanted to.
Yeah. Okay. One other story before we get to Danny's bolt hole. Tyson, I know you're always looking for some new ways some new investments. Would you be interested in $3,300? All you have to do is get infected with the flu.
Yes, sign me up.
Yeah, seems
And
like
then
a good
sign me
deal.
up.
It's a great deal. You're miserable for like what, a day, maybe?
No, it's Tyson. Be realistic. That's going to be a
2 days, maybe.
Okay, so that they're looking for 80 people aged 18 to 50 that get paid $3,300 to inhale a nasal spray containing the influenza A, the common H1N1 strain, which is going to produce mild to moderate symptoms, according to U.S. News and World Report.
For $5,000, I'll let Tyson sneeze on my face after getting the flu.
I'm checking my bank account right now.
I mean, Danny, you eat hot soup all the time. I mean, you're basically doing this for free.
guys. I eat the soup that is sealed in the kitchen by a qualified food handler and then placed on a shelf. This perpetuation of the hot soup bar, I don't visit that anymore. That's not me. I've grown as an individual. I've become self-partnered when it comes to soup. It's just me and the soup. That's it. No strangers, no sneezing.
I apologize, Danny.
No, jeez. I keep getting labeled as a hot soup bar guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's old me.
Yeah.
That's 2018 me.
Yeah. So once you're infected with the flu virus, then you'll spend a week holed up in a clinic where you'll be closely monitored with blood samples, nasal and throat swabs to track the initiation, size, and duration of various immune symptoms and responses to detect the virus shedding. What's the catch here, Tyson?
That you have to be, I mean, you're there for a week, right?
Yeah.
That's the catch, but still,
I mean,
$3,000 a week. Are they paying you cash? Are they how is this? I think that's part of it.
Yeah, I believe it's Spirit Airline gift cards.
And Popeye chicken sandwiches.
No, well, those are hot. Yeah.
I like how they use the term shedding. That sounds really gross. Was that used in the article to watch the virus shed or whatever it was called?
Virus shedding. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah. And then there's some 90-day follow-ups as well. I mean, but this seems like you're going to take me away from my family and then get to stay in your facility for a week. And just, I mean, that's my dream, to be bedridden and just watching Netflix.
Also, let me point out that my kids are going to give me the flu anyway. So I might as well make $3,300 and have a break while I have it. So that's a good point.
It is. Yeah. I think it's genius. Where are they doing this study so that we can all just kind of get in there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get the flu and have to work the whole time. You're going to give me the flu and $3,300 and I get to stay at the facility for a week. So,
facility, pick me up on your way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see where this is.
Oh, here it is. University of Maryland School of Medicine.
Okay.
So that's kind of far away. That's a long time.
Yeah. Well, they pay airfare.
Yeah, and I most likely get the flu flying there.
Yeah, flying in. Okay. All right. So be on the lookout for that great offer. Boy, it's a great deal.
Man, it's so good. Do you think it's too good?
How much?
Oh, you think it might be that you're actually going to that haunted house?
He's trying to get people into his haunted house, and
the new way.
Once you're there, you're like, I may as well just sign this paperwork.
Or they're like, well, we actually aren't doing the flu anymore. This study now we're going to inject you with, and it's far worse.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So there you go. All right. So let's just take a moment and thank one of our sponsors for this episode of the podcast. Those are friends over at betonline.ag, your online sportsbook experts. They do the Podcast One Sportsnet Challenge. And last week I had gone, I won the Podcast One Sportsnet Challenge, where I did the best of all of the Podcast One hosts. Right now. Yeah, I'm waiting to get the updates here on how things are faring after week 9. But of course, Podcast One is working with betonline.ag, and they are going to give away $5,000 at the end of the season to the best game picker on all of Podcast One. You can follow along on Twitter with hashtag Sportsnet Challenge. A lot going on. NFL, college football, NBA action. It's all heating up this week with games that you're not going to want to miss out on. Visit our good friends and exclusive partner, Podcast One, betonline.ag, to take advantage of the best bonuses in the business. Sign up for a free account and make sure to use that promo code Podcast One for your 50% sign up bonus. Lots of big matchups this week in the NFL. Chargers at the Raiders, Detroit at Chicago, Kansas City at Tennessee, Minnesota at Dallas, Seattle at San Francisco. Nobody cares about the Jets and the Giants. College football's big matchups: LSU at Alabama, Iowa at Wisconsin, Penn State at Minnesota, Kansas State at Texas, and then lots of stuff going on in the NBA. New Orleans at Brooklyn, Golden State at Houston, Milwaukee at the Clippers. Visit betonline.ag. Don't forget your promo code Podcast One for your 50% sign up bonus. betonline.ag, your online sports book experts. All right, Danny, take us away.
Wait.
What?
I got to ask Rob a sports related question.
Yeah.
You are always so sad about your Jets.
Yes, very sad.
And the Mets.
Yeah. Well, the Mets not as much, but I am they have happier times recently.
Why can't you just choose a different football team, since the last time you were happy was when Joe Namath was playing?
Yeah. I don't think it works that way. I'm stuck with these losers. Yeah. It's like a tattoo.
Were you born into it? Was this a family choice, or was this your personal choice?
No, this was my dad foisted this on me.
Man, a lifetime of misery. But how could he have known? He was just doing what he thought was best.
Yeah. It's, he got in and, he was a young man, and Joe Namath won the Super Bowl. I was like, let me stick with these guys.
Team. Yeah.
They got something going on, and now it's 50 years later.
Wow.
Time flies. Yeah.
Time does fly.
What are you going to do?
That's basically 100 years.
But they do have a cool name, and they do have good colors. I like the green.
Oh, thank you, Tyson. Yeah. That's about it. You named all the good things. All right.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong.
All right. Yeah. All right. What do you got in the bolt hole?
I had a couple. I always have a couple things, right? And they range from complicated, kind of like too long, didn't read type of thing, to real simple, easy to ingest stories.
Yeah. What do you have this week? I'm
going with the easy to ingest.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just one of those stories that blows your mind. Let's say you go and you get infected with the flu, right? You make that cool $3,300, and then let's say you do it 300 more times, right? Now you're sitting on $1 million, I think.
Easy,
close to it.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with that $1 million? There's a lot of options. Like, the smart thing is to invest, maybe create something for your kids, a little nest egg, or there is a new world record trying to be broken, and that is the most expensive toilet out there. Now, here's the thing. It is a gold-plated toilet with, let's see how many diamonds, 40,815 diamonds in the seat.
Gold-plated.
Yeah, gold-plated throne. It's the diamonds that give it the value. Now, the diamonds are on the seat, right? So you're sitting on diamonds.
Dude,
and
I bet that's so paleo.
That seat is bulletproof. It's not like that. A lot of people asked about that, Tyson. You're not the first. Whether or not the diamonds were sitting sharp end up, which, by the way, might be therapeutic. Might urge you to go a little faster.
It's nice.
Yeah. But here's a problem.
It's how the cavemen used to go poop, and they lived upwards of 25 years long.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with this is that you're paying let's just round up, $3 million for a toilet.
$3 million. Yeah.
But it looks like a really crappy toilet.
Yeah.
You could buy one of those fancy Japanese toilets that warms the seat, talks to you.
Look, if you're going to put money into a toilet, I think that, heated seats.
But there is a market for this kind of thing. I mean,
so
Trump would probably buy something like this.
Yeah, and it does talk about that. There is a guy in Hong Kong who has very expensive toilet. His whole bathroom in his office, he spent $38 million on it, and there's a lot of gold. But if you look at the toilet, it's still just a toilet. And so if you think I've got $1 million, I want to put it all into the toilet industry or into one single toilet. You could create a toilet that gave you a massage, heated the seat, whispered sweet nothings in your ear.
Yeah, what is the teledildonics of the toilet industry?
Oh my gosh! If they merged, if the Japanese toilet industry,
no, but is there a study of like toiletildonics? Yeah,
toiletildonics.
Yeah, like what is the study of like the Bluetooth integration of the toilet into?
Oh, that exists. So you do have connectivity to toilets now.
Yes.
I mean, you could probably program a toilet to send you as many eggplants as you want. However many eggplants it takes to feel good about yourself. I'm like a 5 eggplant guy. I feel pretty good about myself. But maybe you need more.
How do you know you're a 5 eggplant guy?
Just, from experience, how many eggplants I send and received. Yeah, I'm like around 5 is the right number for me.
Okay.
But yeah, $1.3 million. I'm all for rich guys doing crazy stuff, right? Like building statues to themselves. But
you've been on such a teledildonics kick that you want to see that money go elsewhere.
Well, not just that. It's just like, this is one thing where it's still just a toilet. Right. It doesn't even look good. It's still flush and poo.
No bells and whistles. Just
yeah, exactly. Like there's a million other things you could
metals.
Like Rob could have a microphone that's solid gold and diamond. That would be cool, right? That would make sense. But the toilet, it's a waste. Come on, you got to
garish.
Too garish. But someone will buy this. This toilet probably will be purchased and put in someone's bathroom.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah,
if you're gonna do that, but.
Not for Rob, not for me.
Look, if you we're going to have advanced toilet technology and you're gonna put the money into some sort of a function, okay, but you just want like fancy looking toilet. That's fancy. That's a waste. Yeah, what do you want to be in there for? I guess maybe this guy spends a ton of time in the bathroom.
Yeah, he could have constant diarrhea due to his diet.
And then you'd want like Lazy Boy with just like a whole
self-cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it makes zero sense. Like Rob said, it's a total flex, but I think in most people's eyes, it's a worthless one.
Yeah, worthless. Okay. Tyson, anything else you wanted to cover this week?
No, I tried opening my iTunes to read a review. I don't know where to open it now. Do I open it in podcasts or in iTunes?
So I think that the iTunes is no longer continued.
Did I open it in music or
Apple? Apple Podcasts, I believe, is the appropriate app. But I haven't updated my stuff to Catalina after hearing your horror stories.
Yeah, me neither.
It's taken forever, and now it's making me all choppy.
Okay, don't worry about it. If you want to leave us a review, go to newsaf.news to go ahead and leave us your reviews. And
next week,
tell us how many eggplants you give the show.
Yeah, next week I'll open it before the show starts, and I'll read all 700 or so new reviews, if that's how many we have. If we have 700 new reviews, I will read.
Is Danny a 5 eggplanter? Yeah, let us know. Next time, just do not ask. Send nudes. Eggplant.
Yeah, that's inappropriate.
You'll get banned from Apple Podcasts. Not allowed. Okay. All right. Anything else, Danny?
No, I've given everything I've got to this podcast.
Okay.
Oh, I want to give a shout out to the Facebook group.
Yes.
For got a couple stories in there that were not real, and they sniffed them out real quick so that we didn't look like fools and use them on the show.
Yeah,
they're learning.
Thank you. We always appreciate that. And also, if there's a story that gets posted that's not a news story, also good job by the Facebook group. But that's the people that listen to this podcast. They have an eye and a nose and an ear for what's the real crazy news and what's just the manufactured clickbait trying to trick us.
One of them was about a showers in universities getting clogged.
Yep.
That
not
got
true.
shut down.
Okay,
not true.
Shut it down. Good job.
So,
all right.
Okay. Happy teledildonics to everyone.
Yes.
Danny, you especially.
I'll send you my greeting through Bluetooth.
All right.
Sounds cool.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks so much, Scott St. Pierre, for putting this all together. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.